In the growing era, sexual reproductive health related and rights topics are still considered as taboos
in the class, and you are not actually also allowed to ask question from the teacher because you are embarrassed. You are a first year student and you don't want to ask question that embarrasses you or the class.
Different observations and different studies have told us very clearly that this is a very kind of a subject that creates uncomfortable environment in the classroom, and students start giggling when you directly talk to them about these concepts. And sometimes as faculty, we also feel butterflies in our stomach.
As educators, we often notice that while students are willing to learn, certain topics remain difficult to approach, not because it is unimportant, but because they require the right space, the right tone, and the right teaching methodology. Keeping this issue in our mind about a year back, when I really want to do something to ensure that our doctors, nurses, and entire health professionals are having a clear knowledge related to SRHR, at that time, I came up with the idea, how about ensuring that when these doctors and nurses are graduating, at that time their overall knowledge of SRHR is very clear and very high, so that when they move towards the community and their practice, they are able to help our population and the communities, even our patients and clients.
Back in the days when we used to come from school, we were so much excited to play jigsaw puzzles, Ludo, and games like Uno. But as we progress, the use of these games were vanished suddenly. And when we become teachers, we realized that why not to bring these games back to the classrooms, because the new generation might not have been introduced with these games. And this might also provide an exciting opportunity for them to explore something new. As faculty members, we analyzed the undergraduate nursing curriculum, and we were so much, excited to see that there are a lot of concepts related to reproductive rights. Not only a specific semester, but almost in every course. In nursing curricula, utilization of games is not just for fun purpose only, but it is about game-based learning, which is a structured and format pedagogy that provides our students with objectives, the structure of how to play the game, and the reward as well. Let me give you some examples of the games that we have incorporated through this project. In terms of developing communication skills, Year 1 faculty in the Fundamental of Nursing course developed communication cards. It was so interesting to see that students were learning the contextual terminologies, were able to respond to the questions that are related to clients' needs. There's one interesting game of problem tree that I myself have integrated in community health nursing course, where we try and make sure that our students are analyzing the problems specifically in terms of cause to effect and understanding the basic factors of these problems in community.
So let's go to the classroom and see what happens when you teach SRHR through gamification. The main premise of this SRHR research was to deliver the content that is more retainable. SRHR topics usually make students uncomfortable, and especially when you are dealing with Year 1 students. So the classroom environment was completely changed. It was not what we were expecting. It was eye-opening actually. When we entered the classroom, gave the instruction and the game started, and then we asked the student for their reflections. So the reflections were very, very different from what we were actually assuming. And then there was an element of competition. It was fun. There was no embarrassment. There was counter questions that were missed. Although we felt that the time was less, but because of the instruction that we received and the game that we were playing, the retention of the concept was very, very high. So not a single moment in the entire classroom we experienced or we saw any embarrassment amongst the student. Instead, what we saw was a complete engagement with the game. The students said, and I quote, that these gamified learning should be part of every course, not restricted only for SRHR, but for the other concept as well.
Sometimes, standing on the podium and talking about certain topics makes them bore. So integrating games or game-based learning would create interest of our students. Apparently, in the nursing curricula, this utilization of game-based learning is not just playing games, but it is more of a structured kind of a pedagogy. So I think that games are the best and much more relevant, activity to do in a classroom and a clinical environment. And I think this digital game has also provided them a safe space to talk about such issues and reflect on our practices and our support to our clients as nurses.
Because we have received such positive response from our students who experienced gamification, we recommend that the concept of gamification can be adopted by other courses in order to enhance the learning of the students.
I really would like to thank the Scholarship Teaching Learning team for the provision of this grant, and this has given us the opportunity to be able to work in this important subject. The most important point about gamified learning is that it is not one-time learning. It is the entire life learning. They will never forget about it. Classroom teaching, at times students may forget, but gamified learning, they would never forget. So I urge all of you that please use this methodology in your teaching so that this will become an important teaching methodology for all of us and improve overall health of our population.